What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first budget deck video of 2025. I haven't done a video in like almost 2 weeks. I apologize, but I don't want to make up content just to make up content. I want to have something to talk about, and there hasn't been. Okay, so there's normally the lapse between expansions, and it also was the holiday season, so there was a break. No one was talking. Not a lot of news was going on. In fact, very little, if any, news. We did see that there is going to be some sort of Hearthstone esports announcement coming soon. We know the mini set is coming soon. I believe it can't come soon enough. We have a couple of decks to talk about. We're just going to talk about, you know, the win rates right now. We're going to talk about how some of the meta is interacting right now. I've not played a lot, but I'm getting back into it. It's been a crazy busy last 30 days. Shaman, Paladin, Hunter. Don't believe this, 49.6%. My wife is playing a busted broken mage deck, and it's literally, she can't lose a game. Rogue's very good. Druid has some options. Demon Hunter has some options for budget players. Death Knight, everything has at least one type of deck that can win games. Stale or not, the game is still, you know, you're able to play with what you have. Yeah, no news there. We're going to go into last 7 days. Bronze through gold, below 5,000 dust. I have a couple of options, but I also just want to talk about how the the meta is like sinking right now. Let's just go over some classes, what the classes are seeing right now in terms of a budget player. Handbuff Death Knight is back, and we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. Frost Death Knight's been pretty consistent, so something to play if you have a lot of Death Knight cards. Demon Hunter has aggro. There's several Demon Hunter options below 5,000 dust. I have mentioned in the last 2 videos, I believe, aggro Demon Hunter. Druid has Treant Druid, tried and true. Dollhouse is right next to it, but it's a little too expensive. I believe 1 or 2 of these cards is cheap, or you've already seen it. No, maybe not. Don't touch that one right now. Budget deck players, I wouldn't spend any dust, any gold on packs right now. Wait for the mini set. Everybody's saying 21st. I believe it's going to be right around the 21st, if not on the 21st. So just don't spend any gold that you may not have, or dust that you may not have on cards right now. Secret Hunter is very good for Hunters. Spell Token Hunter is very optionable for you, and there's multiple variations of each. Mage has Elemental Mage, still strong. Won't get you very far after bronze through gold, but it is something that's potential there. Handbuff, 720 dust for a Handbuff Paladin deck that's got a 55.4% win rate. This was also in my last video. The last 2 videos I've talked, I believe, about Handbuff Paladin. Priest has something, Automaton. We're going to talk about it. Fishing is right next to it, but we're not going to talk about the fishing one because I don't get that deck. Rogue has Weapon and Cycle Rogue. Rogue has a lot of options, so it's really weird to see this saying like, oh, Rogue's at a 49.5%. It's not. Look at all these decks that are winning above 50% win rate. So don't follow the trends. Just do it if you want to play Rogue. Asteroid Shaman, tried and true as well. There's a little bit of burn there, but you know, it's a little bit it's right at the 5,000 dust mark. But Asteroid, there's several options. Warlock, yeah, you're not going to be playing Warlock unless you have a lot of the cards. Good news is a lot of the cards you already probably have because they've been out for a while, but not below 5,000 dust. And the same thing with Warrior. I think Warrior and Warlock are the only 2 ones that are kind of like in this fuzzy phase, because you need crazy high amounts of dust to be able to craft all the cards. Look at this. This lowest one is 7,680 Draenei Warrior, and it's right at 50%. I wouldn't be crafting any of those cards for that. That's just me personally. That's what I would do. Look at popularity. This is last 7 days popularity. I went through, let's go and just look at like bronze through gold as like a statistic here. Rainbow Death Knight is all over the place. It's the top played deck right now. I've heard many content creators saying that it was just really good. And the reason it's really good, it's got every expensive card in here. It's literally between 19 and 24,000 dust to play this Rainbow Death Knight. Of course it's going to win games. It's got every card that you would want to play. But Swarm Shaman's a little bit less expensive. Asteroid Shaman is there, number 3. Cycle Rogue, number 4. Handbuff Paladin, Elemental Mage. So you'll see this is what you're fighting, and this is what you should be seeing. Bronze through Gold is a lot of these decks or variations of these decks. That's essentially what's going on. Whether it's stagnant or stale, listen, you'll see content creators all over the place saying, "Oh, there's nothing to talk about, nothing to do." I haven't done a video in almost 2 weeks because I'm not going to put a budget deck video together talking about the same stuff I talked about last week. I might mention it, but I'm not going to do that. So let's go over the 2 decks that I have for you today, understanding that the last 2 or 3 videos will still work for you. So make sure you check out those older videos. Automaton Priest. Automaton Priest at 3,940 dust. The win rate is above 55%. It's 55.9%. And listen, what you're trying to do is, and we've mentioned this months and months and months ago, when Automaton Priest was out there, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get Astral Automaton. We're trying to get as many as possible and get them as heavy as possible. And this has +1/+1 for each other Astral Automaton you summon this game. You're going to summon a bunch. You're going to summon copies of them. You're going to do the spells and such to make them stronger. And yeah, Gravity Lapse, set every minion's attack and health to the lower of the 2. You know what this is for. Acupuncture, deal 4 damage to both heroes. This one, Acupuncture's been pretty strong in the past, I'd say 2 expansions. I've seen this card for a bit. Maybe it's not 2 expansions. Maybe this card just came out. I don't think so. Perils in Paradise, so it's been a little bit. Nothing crazy. Yeah, Orbital Halo. Give a minion +2 and 1 and Divine Shield. Cost 0 if you played an adjacent card this turn. Don't worry about the adjacent part. You're gonna find it, no problem. Bird watching, discover a minion, give all copies of it +2/+1. You want the Astral Automaton to be the one that you copy. Pet Parrot, repeat the last 1 cost card you played. So you want to be able to continuously do that with automatons. So don't do this until after you've done automatons. Power Chord Synchronize, choose a minion, add a copy of it to your hand. Make sure you get the finale on this to give both +1/+2. So you see what's happening. You're just making those automatons pretty strong. Twilight Torrent, choose a character. If it's friendly, restores 6 health. If it's enemy, deal 3 damage. You know what this is for. I'm not going to insult you. Hunter Tourist, choose 2 minions, swap their stats. So, small one, big one, you know what this is going to do. This is going to make something very strong so you can hit your opponent in the face with it. Ethereal Oracle, it wouldn't be a deck in Hearthstone today if it didn't have Ethereal Oracle. Hot Coals, deal 2 damage to all enemies. If your hero took damage this turn, deal 1 more. That's to go ahead and get some of the board clears out if at all possible. And that's what the hey, deal 4 damage to both heroes does for as well. And then there's Trusty Fishing Rod. After your hero attacks, summon a 1-cost minion from your deck. This is to get more of those automatons. Boom. Should be easy. Will this deck go far? No. But it's a priest deck. It's probably not what a lot of players are expecting right now, and it's below 5,000 dust, and that's what this video is all about. Next one, and this is it for the day. We've got Handbuff Death Knight, and you'll notice here that Handbuff Death Knight's got pretty, just a little resurgence, if you will. This one's at 1,360 dust with a 59.2% win rate for Bronze through Gold. Love that. Listen, we know what Handbuff is about. We've talked about it many, many, many times. I don't think there's too many changes in here. Amateur Puppeteer and Yelling Yodeler is what you're trying to do. You can put so much in this deck if you don't have some of these cards. So you got some crazy Death Knight cards you want to put in. As long as it meets the runes requirement, put it in instead of. Like Cyclid Grindwalker, you can put that in there, no problem. This is good for whether or not, you can summon some of the other undeads that you have, or You could go ahead and use your hero power to just get this quick, minion killed on your opponent's side. But yeah, Amateur Pup and Yearling, you want to be able to have these cards that are going to do some crazy damage with that buff of +2/+2. No Muncher is super strong. If you keep on buffing it, it's going to be tough for your opponent to attack or to kill to get to your face, and it's just going to heal you back up. And then look, Hollow Hound. Hollow Hound is awesome. You go ahead and make this crazy, crazy big. You can go from 1 mana to 30 mana. I mean, 1 life to 30 life in, one hit of this if you're buffing it enough. It's got the Spell Stone that gives the undeads in your hand +1/+1. Blood Tap, same thing. Gold Panner to draw a card. Mining Casualties. You know what the deck is about. And the cool thing about this is, like I said, you can put other things in it. Helm of Humiliation. You could use this. I mean, you could also sit there and swap out one of these Helm of Humiliations for another minion. But any Death Knight, any regular minion too, you could throw this in. You could throw this with Nomelia, or the one that's, the Warcraft Rumble cards. You could do that. You could throw Leroy in here. You could throw any of the core legendaries that are able to, go face or be super, super strong. There's just a lot of options here. So yeah, play around with it. I would say that, yes, you have a lot of healing. Gold Panner, I don't know if I would worry about keeping both of them in here. So, maybe just one there and take out one Helm of Humiliation. You definitely want the Darkthorn Quilter in there. But any other Death Knight or, regular strong card that would benefit from being hand buffed, you could throw in case you're missing one of these. But you shouldn't. It's very cheap. 1,360 dust is pretty well. Yeah, I mean, we're hoping for the mini set. I'm hoping to see the mini set in the next couple of days. I will keep on, as I see videos or content, or if I see information Hearthstone related, I'll make a video, but I'm not going to just make content to make content. I hope you appreciate that. I hope you guys don't miss me too much. You don't. I know. It's all good. It's all good. And yeah, I'm going to be talking about the mini set as soon as the mini set is announced. We'll talk about all the cards. We'll see if it's beneficial for a budget player to be playing these cards, what types of decks it could go in. We'll do all that fun stuff. Like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still around. I hope you are too. And I will see you in the next video.